quality as my videos typically are, which I know that's not saying a whole lot. But I'm doing this as a live stream simply because it's more convenient for me to do so today. If I wasn't going to do it as a live stream, I would have to make room on my phone, and I don't have time to do that right now. And I want to film this now. So let's go right in, dive straight in. Say hi to Debbie, say hi to me. I'm your host, Mr. C. Say hi to Stella, my other kitty kitty. She's a cutie. They both are. Anyways. Oh. The first book looking. Also, I have some other, I have a few other omnibuses, or omnibi, whatever the proper term is, but I'm only going to be showing what I've read today. I have a few more that I haven't read yet. But first off, we have Superman, the Golden Age Omnibus Part 1. I've always been a Superman fan, guys. I know a lot of people find him to be a little too over the top, or not high stakes enough, or not conflicted enough, or too overpowered, and all kinds of things. And I'll give you all that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna argue any of that, because I mean, it is low key basically true. But Superman, for me, I've just always liked Superman, guys. I like the movies. I like the idea of Superman. He's probably my favorite hero. Focus, camera. And I really like these Golden Age comic stories. I like this Golden Age Superman character. I like the Golden Age Superman character because he's just so damn, like, hardcore. He kind of throws criminals off cliffs and shit sometimes. Like, it's kind of crazy. You can see here they were still working on the design, but look, guys, even from the very beginning, they had this this origin, figured out. And comics are just such a uniquely American art form, guys. If you're into American pop culture at all, you owe it to yourself to read these early comics. A lot of these villains, Superman doesn't even really get a real legit supervillain style enemy until late into this omnibus. A lot of the characters that he has to fight are literally domestic terrorist and mafiosi, underworld criminal type characters. It almost makes him more of a kind of how we picture Batman into that kind of a character. But this is a really interesting book, in my opinion. These were Depression era stories, the Great Depression. This inspired a lot of people when things were very difficult, and for that reason and several more, I really quite like the Superman Golden Age Omnibus Part 1. I can't recommend it enough for fans of Superman or anyone who's interested in comics from a historical perspective. Hi, Nico. Been a while. Hope you've been good. I mean, look at these Action Comics covers, guys. Look at how classic that art is. That's freaking classic, bro. Oh man, it would be difficult for me to pick all-time favorites. But I'll show you I'll show you my favorite out of what I've read so far, for sure. Show a little bit more of this Superman here. There's Luthor, though. As you can see, he is introduced even in the early stories. They still had that bit figured out. That Mr. White is a character, Lois is a character, Metropolis is established. From the beginning, the premise is established. That's why it's such a successful character, you know. Even from the beginning, they figured this out. Look, it's Black Satan. But yeah, a lot of people, like the Reddit community and the modern community at large, shits on these stories because maybe a little xenophobic racial language and things to that effect. But honestly, that makes it better, in my opinion, when we have to deal with this modern day woke nonsense that is the comics and comic movie industry. So I like it. I like Golden Age Superman. I mean, that's scary shit right there. I like the art. I know it's primitive, but yeah. It's very scary, man. Only Superman's gonna protect you from stuff like that. And even just reading about these, reading about the guys who came up with this character, it's just super cool, man. I guess these were two Jewish kids who got bullied in school or whatever. They're like normal kids, you know what I mean? Really cool stuff. The artist and writer, Jerry and Joe. But yeah, that's Superman Golden Age Volume 1. I need to fix my dust jacket there. There we go. And look, even the back cover shows the compilation of like what's on the inside. So these omnibuses, guys, are honestly really impressive. I freaking love it. Here's the first one that I ever picked up. My first omnibus. This is Fantastic Four by John Byrne. With an absolutely beautiful cover. That is my cat. That's Debbie. That's Debbie. Debbie! Debbie! Don't claw, baby! Debbie! Debbie! Don't claw, baby, I'll get you. This is Stella. Ouch! Yeah, this cover's awesome. It's got the X-Men on it. It's got the Avengers on it. Well, I have 4 cats, to be honest with you. And my mom also has a cat. So, we have 5 inside. The Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four have always been a favorite, if not my personal favorite, comics team. Superhero team. Excuse me if I sound snotty. It's been a rough month as far as ailments goes. Nice shot of Green Goblin there. But yeah, I don't know. I thought Fantastic Four just more interesting than the Avengers and X-Men and others. But I know those other ones have their fans. I just think the Fantastic Four are really cool. I like Mr. Fantastic a lot. I think he's kind of an underrated character. Fuck Pedro Pascal, though. He sucks. I really hope the quality on this isn't too bad. If it is, I'll refilm it, because I don't want the quality to be shit on this video. If you're here still, Nico, can you tell me, is the quality bad? Is the video really laggy and pixelated looking? Spider-Man and Miss Marvel here. Another awesome shot of Spidey and Green Goblin. This isn't even Green Goblin. I'm tripping, guys. This is Skrull, an entirely different character. That shows you how long it's been since I've read this. Quality looks fine to you, dude. I was hoping you would say that. Thank God. One thing cool about John Byrne is he wasn't afraid to make female characters look decent. And that's one thing that's kind of sorely lacking in today's comic industry. They don't like attractive female characters. And that's kind of what art is about. So, yeah. I could go on at length about that, but we can let the art do the talking for me in a lot of these cases. Skip around a little bit here. Flipping through these pretty slow. That was, Marvel. This is Miss Marvel. And this was an interesting episode, or an interesting issue, rather, because the Thing has to fight himself. Though I can't really remember the details, or I would explain that. But very interesting, kind of like Superman and Bizarro Superman or whatever. Heck, compared to him, I'm a regular Robert Redford. And dude, the Thing, every time I read or hear the Thing, you know, honestly, all these Fantastic Four characters, I always picture the 2003 movie cast. Like, I always hear Michael Chiklis as the Thing whenever I read these, because I just love Michael Chiklis' portrayal of the Thing. I thought he did such a freaking awesome job, man. There's Susan looking lovely. There's some good shots of her in here somewhere or other. Plenty of shots of Human Torch looking badass as well. Look at this space scene. Look at these ships. All you science fiction geeks out there will fucking cream over that shit, and I know I do. Also, remember, Mr. Fantastic had wings in his hair before Paulie from Sopranos. Oh, dude, there's so many cool space scenes like that, man. I swear there are. Galactus looking crazy. It's clobbering time. Tyros the Terra. One of Galactus's heralds, if I remember correctly. I mean, that's cool as fuck, man. Like, that's literally, like, for me, like, that's, like, that could be, like, Kiss or, like, Kiss and Miles Davis album art or something. Just so cool, man. Here's a bit where, I can't really remember what happens in the story, or I would explain it, but, Reed, his life essence is being sapped. He almost dies of old age, but they manage to save him at the last possible moment or whatever before he dies. Lots of really close calls in this. The stakes feel high. The stories make you care, you know, which is good. You always want to be emotionally invested in these characters. It needs to be more than just I mean, art and fighting and stuff, as cool as that stuff can be. Here's a bit where the Avengers join in on attempting to take down Galactus. Well, I say the Avengers. It looks more like Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America. So I guess it's the Avengers sans Spidey with Doctor Strange, or maybe Doctor Strange is in the Avengers and I just didn't know that. I'm still not an expert. There's more stuff that I'm learning all the time with comics, guys. That's Galactus. Galactus is very cool. He's one of the more prolific Fantastic Four villains. I guess for modern Fantastic Four, the top three villains that they talk about the most are Doctor Doom, Galactus, and Silver Surfer. Which Silver Surfer literally is, like, kind of started out as, well, not necessarily started out, but kind of was a minion of Doctor Doom at first. That's good art there, too. Yup, Galactus is a bad guy. He eats planets. That's why he's so big. But he has to do that to live. It's kind of fucked up. It's like one of those, you kind of feel bad for the villain kind of things. There's the X-Men. Cyclops, Storm. I think Nightcrawler. And every now and again they would do you like this, like you would have to turn the book over. Which the whole issue is like this for some reason. But I mean, it's still cool. I remember there being one really cool bit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find that right now because I'm looking for it, but we can just move on, but still. If you're interested in space, like Carl Sagan photography and stuff like that, there's some really cool stuff in here. Here's some more cute female characters. Used to know a girl who actually looked like that. Alright guys, let's move on to the next omnibus. Where's my damn... There's one thing that I wanted to show you guys real quick. Let me see if I can find this. I hate to derail things. I don't think it's gonna tell me where it's at, unfortunately. Nope, it's not. But there is definitely a swimsuit photo of Sue somewhere in here, which I really wish I could find, not gonna lie, so I could show you guys. Whatever. There's a good shot of her. Next best thing. She looks so... Don't you want to just reach out and help her? Thank you for liking the video, my friend. I really do appreciate that, buddy. It always helps the algorithm do the algorithmic thing. And I've missed you so much, buddy, so thank you. For real. Alright, I guess that's enough Fantastic Four for now, as much as I would love to find that for you guys. We're gonna move on. We've got Star Wars Legends, The Old Republic, Omnibus. Whoa. Forgot that was in there. Goodness. This is signed. This is my only signed omnibus. It's signed by the writer and some other guy, or the inker, or not the inker, well, the colorist and the letterer. This is the Heroes in Action exclusive signed and numbered edition of 150. I have the 67 of 150 copy. I was kind of like vaguely familiar with the Star Wars comics. I had read some of the Star Wars comics, but I'd never really read any of the Republic stuff before. This was kind of new for me to check out. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. But the story is very Star Wars and can be a little bit hard to follow if you don't pay attention and aren't careful. You can miss some things. I have read Star Wars comics before, my guy. I quite enjoy them, to be honest with you. Star Wars comics can be pretty cool, but this story follows Zane Carrick. Essentially, he's framed for a crime he did not commit. I won't tell you too many details, just because, in case you ever want to check this out yourself, Nico, my friend, but, pretty good story. He has to basically run away from his life and, try to clear his name. And it's not easy to do, and chaos ensues, and that whole thing. I wish I remembered more about the details of the story. I would be a bit more descriptive in my description of it. I can't remember. There's some really beautiful art in this book, though. As much as I can't remember the story, that I do remember, like, just being impressed by how beautiful everything looks, you know? I mean, that's a crazy looking picture, bro. Ain't it? My kitty is back. My movement may be restricted temporarily. And there's a bit about the Mandalorian. Like, there's I'm telling you, man, like, it's the way that Disney, like, kind of ruins Star Wars is so crazy, because, like, there's stories in these comics that make more sense than the stories on TV. But because it didn't get TV money or whatever, or TV exposure, they don't go by that. They go by these shows, and it's just not as good. I don't mean to complain about it a whole lot, though, man. That's just my opinion. I know some people really get into those new age Star Wars shows. That's fucking terrifying. A bunch of fucked up shit happens to her and Zane, or what's his name? Is it Zane Eric? Yeah, Zane. And you really want them to succeed, you know? Like I said before, it makes you care about the characters in the story. And Jarael, I think is her name, if I remember correctly. Pretty sure that's her. And you want her and Zane to get together, and I think they finally do at the end, but I can't really remember. Sorry if I'm misremembering a crucial plot point or detail or whatever. But yeah, really cool story and book and all things in between. I don't know what connection, if any, it has to the Old Republic games, but I enjoyed this omnibus. I did. I want to get more into Star Wars omnibus stories because this one was well done. I just need to reread it. You know how Star Wars stuff can be so, like, kind of heavy to read. It can be kind of hard to follow sometimes. We've only got a couple more books here, but we're going to go right into them. We've got X-Force. I did not know that, buddy. Happy birthday to you. For real, man. You deserve it. Cool. I truly hope it was spectacular indeed. And many more to you. God bless you, my buddy. X-Force was a 90s series that ran sort of as a sequel to New Mutants and X-Men. It actually started out basically like this starts out as New Mutants. It introduces several interesting characters that I like, such as Cable, Deadpool, and Domino. Those are the three that I really like in this comic that are introduced. So a lot of people don't like the art for X-Force. A lot of people say that Rob Liefeld's art is bad, that he can't draw feet, that he relies too much on pouches, and that it's style over substance and things like that. And I guess you can say that. Like, I'm not going to argue with anyone who says that. Arguing is overrated, you know. Art is subjective, etc. But dude, Rob Liefeld's art, in my opinion, is just so fucking stylized, and like it's stylized to the point where like look at Cannonball Run here, dude, or Fly. Like, she has so much kinetic energy behind her, dude. Like, you can feel that about to come out to you, man. Like, I really like this art, to be honest with you. But people just say it's aged poorly. They say that he can't draw limbs, he can't draw feet, too many pouches, too many guns, and stuff like that. But I like Rob Liefeld's art. I like his female characters especially too. Um, some of these female characters are pretty good looking. Shout out to Bart Simpson over there. I mean, look at Farrell, dude. She looks crazy, bro. She looks crazy, bro. You don't want to tangle with her. Having trouble zooming out, my bad. Let me try to fix this really fast. Can we please zoom out? My bad, guys. There we go. But I really like this X-Force art, dude. In my opinion, like it's just so like it really is like stepping back into a time capsule, and I mean these characters are just fun, dude. Like damn, with the zoom, like Shatterstar's awesome. They do this bit where I'm having crazy issues with my zoom, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm normally not like this. They do this thing with Shatterstar where kind of a spoiler, kind of not. Sorry if this is a big deal or whatever, but remember these comics are like 30 years old now, so hopefully it's not a big deal me revealing some plot points. They do this bit with Shatterstar where they basically make him kind of an invincible character where he can't die. But they do a bit where they're able to essentially like make it work. Like it's not a thing where like I remember it not ruining it. You know what I mean? Like whenever a character can't die, that can be kind of not good. You know, it can be kind of, well, if he can't die, what's the point? You know, there's no real conflict or high stakes if the character can't die, but they make it work in this. The characters are fun though. I like Cable. He's very serious and witty and an interesting character. He's not your quintessential superhero character. I also like Domino a lot. She's more badass than a lot of these female characters at the time. And I like Deadpool a lot. This was before they made Deadpool the kind of hokey, haha funny, immature, honestly lame character that he turned out to be, like in the movies and later comics and stuff. I don't care for those iterations and portrayals of him. I like him here. He's a cold-blooded assassin, and I think he's more interesting that way. There's appearances by some of the other characters also. Like here, you got X-Force and X-Men. My bad, brother. Let me see what you said real quick. CJ got me a new, for my birthday, Xbox One and GTA 4. Dude, that's awesome. I'm so glad you got to beat those, man. Those games are so fun. And I'm glad you got an awesome birthday present. I'm glad you got something you actually wanted. That's really freaking cool, bro. Then there's Strife, who just looks freaking crazy. Like, see, this is why they would criticize his art or whatever, because, like, his leg, he's got, like, this leg, and then, like, you can't really see what's going on here, but, he's got his foot up here, but, like, I guess people make fun of that, but I still think it's cool. I really like, honestly, I like the art in this a lot better than the writing. The writing for this X-Force stuff is really dry. It's dry and political and pretty hard to follow. But I do like the X-Force. I do. Another kind of underrated, forgotten team. I guess he's not too forgotten. I guess Cable's in the new, or it ain't even new now, but Cable was in the last Deadpool movie. So, I mean, Cable's not forgotten, but you know what I mean. Still, a lot of people don't know about him, really. I haven't. I've only watched the first one. I mean, this bit right here with Cable and the gun, like, that's just so freaking classic and awesome, you know? I love shit like that. Love the way Domino looks there. It's like a Kiss girl or something. Alright guys, let's move on to the last book that I'm going to show off today. Speaking of Kiss. Honestly, bro, whenever people say that they don't like Rob Liefeld's art, I feel like they're just hating on shit like this, because stuff like this it's fun to hate on stuff like this anymore. You're not really allowed to do stuff like this anymore. You know, like the two girls kind of wanting Cable a little bit, and the fucking hot ass, but it is what it is. It's amazing. Let's be honest. It's timeless, truly. But anyways, what I was saying was, if any of you guys really know me, then you know that I am a Kiss tard. So this isn't really an omnibus, but I'm lumping it in because it's huge like one. This is the Kiss Compendium. the first complete collection, but I really don't think they're going to release another one. If they were, they would have by now. I feel like Kiss are done with interesting merchandise ideas. The only thing they really care about anymore is shirts and stuff like that. But yeah, we have the Kiss Compendium, and I do love this thing a lot, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's just so huge and over the top. It's kind of crazy. And there's a bunch of different comics in here. Apparently, they had partnerships with Marvel, Image, and Dark Horse. Those are all those are some of the big boys, you know. So I mean, pretty cool. And this is just like an intro bit with the guys, I guess some reunion tour shots. Paul and Gene giving their blessings at the beginning of the book. I am, partner. I'm honestly hoping to stream tonight if I feel like it. It's just we'll see what I want to do after this. But yeah, man, the Marvel years. The cover of this book is famous because apparently it was printed in real Kiss blood. They actually donated their blood for the red ink in this comic. Kind of crazy stuff. Oh man, who are these guys? So I don't know if you heard the song I Want to Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day or not, but that's the band Kiss. If you've ever seen these guys right here. They're a rock band from the early 70s. They made music after that, but that's when they kind of started and got famous. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. I've posted several songs by them in the Discord server. Feel free to go listen to them if you're unfamiliar, man. You were missing out for sure. But yeah, Kiss actually fight Doctor Doom here, which is so funny and crazy and over the top. And this book is bigger than an omnibus, and omnibuses are huge, man. So like this is really a big book. It's honestly like I can't really put it on me, or I get tired of like having it on me. You know what I mean? Like I have to set it like aside to read it. To tell you the truth, these Marvel comics, though fun and interesting, and you know, obviously, benefit from having the Marvel license because they're able to include characters like Doctor Doom and stuff. I don't really think the art or stories is as interesting in these Marvel comics as they are in some of the latter series. Like here, I'll show you guys the Image comics. The Image comics are really trippy and cool, in my opinion. And one thing that's cool too, though, that I will say is awesome about this Kisstory thing is that they weren't afraid to shout out some of the other members. You know, the way that Kiss often overlooks these guys. Give some credit to Vinny here, even Bruce. You know, a lot of times those guys are forgotten, you know, especially nowadays, so I thought it was cool that they actually did include them there. But these are the Psycho Circus comics, and I want to show you guys the actual cover here for these as well. because, dude, this stuff is so crazy. So there's one of the covers. And these Image comics are based around the Psycho Circus album. So the Psycho Circus album wasn't great. It had some decent songs on it, but what's cool about these comics is that they they kind of expand upon the Psycho Circus concept and like make it an actual thing in this comic book instead of just a hook to some song lyrics, you know. And dude, just like this art for me is like the high point of this comic. I mean, that's crazy looking. Look at Paul. Why does he look like that? Peter looks pissed. Ace looks high. Gene looks kind of mad too. And that kid looks fucking tripped out. And then Yugi's looking at him down here, so that's funny too. I don't really celebrate Halloween, man. I'm too old, but I hope that all the youngsters out there for sure. I mean, look at that, dude. That is so crazy. Just really interesting detail, and like they bring the Psycho Circus to life, man. They really do. They really do. I'm trying to show you guys more of the covers because the covers on these are just freaking beautiful. Like even that one's cool. And Kiss always wanted to be more than just a band, you know. They wanted to be superheroes and theatrics and movie business and show business and all that shit, and I really feel like they kind of did that with this book. It definitely, I mean, they are pop culture sensations, and this book kind of cements that a bit. I love that picture. Love the way they all look. Unlock your heart and face the truths buried there, no matter how painful. It is the only way. Listen to the Star Child. Ugh, looky there, man. That's fucking terrifying. I don't care who you are. That's fucking fucked. It'll be here in no time, brother. Don't live too fast. Just try to enjoy life as much as you can in the meantime, man. That game might not even be good when it comes out. Paul looks freaking crazy there. He's got wings. I mean, look at these characters, man. They're just so... Like, they put this stuff in a Kiss magazine, or a Kiss comic book, dude. It just feels so surreal and strange, you know, like, that they put this much work into just a rock band comic book, and it feels really, like I think they did a great job, you know? I really do. I really do. He can definitely fly, bro. Is this what you seek? You will claim such power as your own? Foolish bee. And fucking Ace being all ethereal and mystical and commander of the space and shit. All four of them being fucking crazy. Making the planets align and algorithm divine and shit. Ace looks like he's fixing to launch a fucking key blast there. Fucking crazy, man. Such a cool book, man. It really is. If you can find it on sale, if you can get it for a reasonable price and not have to fucking pay out the wazoo or whatever, you should definitely do so. I got it at a good price. It's getting harder to find with the dust jacket on it. I do. I have a PS5, yeah. Love that shot of the band. I mean, it's fucking perfect, man. I featured some of the images of Peter, some of my favorite pictures in this, in my Peter Chris compilation video, because some of this Peter art is just awesome. There's some really cool Eric art in here as well. They did a great job. But yeah, many, as probably expected by any Kiss fan who knows what they're talking about, you would know that they love to feature the shots of Gene and Paul, and there are plenty of those. Yeah, man, it's really good to see you again, dude, for real. I was amazed to see you. And yeah, so like here, like they make Gene like the fucking focus of the fucking picture or whatever. You can barely even see the other guys, which is not cool, but at least Gene looks cool as fuck. But still, you you always hope for equal representation, you know, but it's never an equal thing in Kiss. It's always gonna be the Gene and Paul show, but that made the other boys look even more badass when they had to appear, you know. They're all cool as fuck, for sure. Ooh, and I think this may be the Eric. This is definitely the Eric comic. This is one of the best comics in this book, and they feature some really good ones. But dude, this is like anybody who was a fan of Eric, like they just it's truly a love letter to him, man. This issue here. Paul is a samurai. I mean, that's some crazy shit, bro. Gene going ape shit again. And then, like, at the end, he becomes Eric, but, like, beast mode Eric. Just so fucking awesome, dude. Like, ain't no gonna compete with that. You can't. But yeah, the Psycho Circus comics are just, they live and breathe off the page, man. Like that, like when I think about Kiss and like it makes you think about Kiss like the way a child thinks about Kiss. You know what I mean? It makes you believe again and all that shit. Gene look. But yeah, the Image comics are my favorite part. I'm sure other people might prefer the Dark Horse or Marvel issues, for that matter. But I am a Psycho Circus boy through and through. I thought they were just amazing. No exaggeration. Here's the Dark Horse stuff. As you can see, it's more cartoony, you know. The Image Comics issues, the Psycho Circus series felt much more adult oriented, whereas this feels a bit more kidified or whatever. That even can go through in the subject themes, you could say, as well. And that's Peter looking awesome. I should have included that in my Peter Chris compilation. But yeah, guys, thank you to whoever liked. Thank you to everyone, for real. I'm going to get off here. Put all these things back and either get settled in and ready for bed, or I might go live for a wrestling stream. We'll see. If I do, I'll only do a couple matches because I am a little bit tired today, and kind of this week has been a little bit much, but hey, that's alright, Send-Off. Better late than never, man. That's what I always say. Thank you guys for coming. We've about reached the end of this one here, but if you guys want to go back and watch that VOD later, it'll be there for your viewing pleasure. Gene with the shalom. Fucking classic. Hey man, I hear you. I've never spent more than like 100 or 2 on mine. It's another wicked cool shot of the Catman. I had to get Stella off the bed, man. She wouldn't stop clawing herself. Oh, she's back, baby. Now don't claw, okay? If you claw, I'll make you get down, okay? Don't claw yourself, lovers. Don't claw yourself, lovers. I'll get you. I'll get you. I wanted to get into them when I was young, but I couldn't afford it. And then I got older and kind of figured out a little bit more where to start. But, where was I? Peter looks crazy there. Peter looks fucking insane there. See, there they make him look almost like a... How can I explain it? Like, let's find a good example. A comparison shot, if there's an easy one to find right quick. Like, dude, here's Peter. Here's Peter in the Image comics, looking scary. Like, this is like Toei or Studio Ghibli or whatever level animation. And then you got this. This is like modern Disney animation or something. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't want to say it's terrible. It's because it's Kiss, so I got to give it a pass. You get a pass for that, but it's still a little bit like, you know. Yeah, this is a combination of Marvel, Image, and Dark Horse comics. This specific book right here, it's a compendium of all of the Kiss comics up to the point this was released. Really good stuff, man. If I remember correctly, they actually paid a great deal of credence to Peter in one of these Dark Horse images or issues because they like they focused on him in the story and he was like starting to turn evil and they had to like make him good, you know what I mean? Prevent his heel turn or whatever. Which is good. I always like it when they focus on Peter. Peter's probably my favorite Kiss member if I had to pick one. Just because he reminds me a lot of myself. He wears his heart on his sleeve. And a lot of the fans of the band fucking hate him. Even though he was such a talent, man. And still is, honestly. I'm excited about his new album. And about her. I want her new album. But yeah, guys, I want to do a couple WrestleMania 10 matches. I'm going to try to be back on in about 20 minutes, maybe 30 at the most. I'm only going to do a few matches, but I'm going to get off here so I'm able to do that. And then they've just got a few random live shots at the end of the book. Because Kiss are self-indulgent and have to do that. That's Kiss. Kiss are the shit, though. I will always be a Kiss fan. I will always be a hardcore Kiss tard. Yeah, man. If you're if I see you in the next stream, we'll talk about it. Here before too long, or we'll talk about it you know, next time when I do see you, if I don't see you then. But guys, thank you so much, for real. I love you guys for life and all that shit. You guys are why I do this. Special shout out especially to Grenade Prayer for requesting this video. Guys, please request videos if you want to, if you're ever bored. I'm running out of ideas for content, and I've just been kind of tired lately, so it honestly helps things, makes things easier if you give me suggestions and comments and things like that. But I'm gonna get off here now so I can be back hopefully soon. But thank you guys again, for real. Much love, guys. I'll see you in the next stream or video. Take care. Bye.